So this is going to be a demo session where I am going to showcase you like what we are going to cover in this training, and also I will be discussing some few concepts here, right? So this course I have designed for those whoever want to learn on ABAP on cloud with on the BTP platform, and I believe you have a good idea of BTP, correct? All of you, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So whoever wants to learn on ABAP on cloud, there is a way to learn it, right? We start usually from ECC. We used to go through ECC. We saw core ABAP programming. Then they came with this ABAP on HANA programming completely on Eclipse. Now what SAP is planning, they are planning to shift all of us to the cloud model where we can purchase their licenses, and we will be able to do each and everything directly on the cloud platform, right? So before going to all those
Hello everyone.
yeah,
Hello. I'm audible. This is Shadab. Have we started the session?
yeah, just starting the session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Any concern?
session. No constraint. So just to set a background to the team. So team, like, this is the upskilling program, right? Wherein Amrut will be explaining that ABAP on public cloud, and then RESTful ABAP programming, right? And followed by some understanding on the BTP services. So this session is the demo session today. Then after that, maybe once we will finalize, then from next week, you will have this upscaling program. So you need to be ready with your notes and all those things so that you can utilize this session as much as possible. Maybe Amrut will also guide you, like, regarding how can we get the maximum out of this training, right, Amrut? So maybe they need to take the notes, what you are explaining, and then whatever you are explaining every day, the document and all, right? So that's the way we need to focus.
Yeah,
So yeah, taking these all things into consideration, maybe Amrut, you can. Sorry for stopping you in between, but yeah, just to set a background to the team,
mm-hmm.
I just taken you 2 minutes. Yeah, you can uh, carry on. Yeah, thanks, Amrut.
Okay, just give me one session, let me download the brochure of it. Wait a second. Thank you very much. Let me just start with the brochure part first. Okay, my screen is visible to everyone, right? So before going to this concept that whatever we are going to cover, I would like to have a brief introduction on this SAP BTP platform with all of you. So what you know about this? How does this SAP came with this cloud model? Anyone who have this idea, please come, try to explain this. How does SAP came with this? Or what should I say, what is the future of the ABAP developer here? Yeah.
Yeah, team, this is interactive session, so just respond whatever you
Yes,
know,
yes,
right?
definitely. Don't
So,
worry for all these
mm,
things. We are going to just cover each and
even if
everything.
you are not sure, you can at least say something so that Amrut will also understand the audience.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Basically now
SAP talks about, or it is
Mm-hmm.
saying about the clean core, right?
Yes, yes.
So that's where, for that purpose also, they are using cloud as one of the way to go forward. That they will keep the customizations part apart, and they will keep the clean, I mean the core clean, so that the future upgrades are clean and more easier, because the upgrades are now much faster. So that is one of the reasons why they want to go to the cloud model.
Okay, any other thing? Okay, that is the reason I got that part. But the question is, how did they came with this cloud model? How does this BTP is coming into picture? We were working earlier on on-premise system where we were developing every sort of thing. Like even Esperana coming into picture in 2014, still everybody was there on normally on-premise system only, right? So how does this
Right.
BTP is coming into picture? That's what I want to know.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. Okay. What is this BTP platform? That will be the most basic question, I believe. What is this BTP platform here?
It's a business techno. It's a platform provided to like uh, collaborate kind of thing. Like they are, I mean, the business will. I mean, if any business is there,
Mm-hmm.
they will do all their customizations, or they will do all their like custom in the sense customization in the sense the app developments and all
Mm-hmm.
as per their requirements. They will do it here, and they can release that to other customers also. Like they can, I mean, which is kind of a standard thing. So uh, API thing. That's what I could think of for now. But yeah.
Okay, that's good try. But the see, what is the thing is here. Whenever we are talking about cloud, how cloud is different than a on-premise system, right? A cloud simply means that everything we can directly access completely from our home, sitting at our home. We don't need any infrastructure of our own. We don't need to invest anything for our basis. We don't need to invest anything for database or runtime environment. Everything we can directly access from our home only, right? Is it true? Correct? We can directly go to the browser part and we can directly do the login on the cloud platform, and we will be able to access each and every stuff, right? So just think about this way, think about in this way. If I have, let's say I want to implement SAP, suppose you guys are working on this, so suppose I want to implement SAP. What are the things we need? What are the things we need? Now try to explain this way. What are the things we need if we want to implement SAP in our company?
Okay. So by, I mean, you mean that what where you want to point out is the cost factor, right?
No, 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 not
It
only the
is making
cost, each and
cost
every stuff.
effective.
Yeah, it's not about the cost. It is all about the time and management also. No, it's about the infrastructure also.
That's what. So we don't have to, from the infrastructure perspective, if you see, if we are working on the cloud,
Mm-hmm.
then we can avail the services only the part which is required, and that too on demand basis.
They definitely
And
on demand basis, right?
right.
Okay.
And but that's not the case in our normal way of working earlier before cloud that we used to work. I mean, if some customer wants to have an SAP, he has to buy the servers, he has to in-house have to have those servers, then SAP gives him the servers, and then their maintenance and all. This was the cost all borne by the customer only. But
Yes.
now that's not the, yeah, yeah. So that is one of the reasons moving to the cloud is more cost effective and good for customers also and good for SAP also.
Great.
Like in case of public cloud, yeah, the infrastructure is shared, so customers can use the same infrastructure and get more out of it at the lower cost. TCO is lower. That's all. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. You can go on. That's what I
Yes,
am
yes,
done.
that is great. See, the thing is like earlier, whatever you explain is completely 100% correct, right? So earlier, like if we want to implement SAP, we had to pay the license for the separate basis team infrastructure, for the databases, for all the management, even a separate house where we can set up our servers, and also we are required to maintain each and everything, correct? So over the period of time, SAP, what SAP saw, like lots of big companies like Amazon is there in the market, they set up their AWS, Amazon Web Services. Google was there, they set up their GC, Google Cloud. Microsoft was doing their Microsoft Azure kind of thing. So all these big MNCs were providing infrastructure as a service. What they were doing, they were providing infrastructure as a service, which we call today IaaS, infrastructure as a service. So what SAP did, SAP did collaboration with these big MNCs like this Microsoft or Amazon AWS, and they set up their platform on this particular infrastructure. So let me just write 2 points here. So SAP did collaboration here, yeah, collaboration with these big MNCs like Amazon AWS, and they came with this platform which they named it SAP Cloud Platform. Like again it was renamed as SAP BTP Platform, Business Technology Platform. Yeah, it was renamed as a SAP BTP Platform. So the thing is, what is the future for us as a ABAP developer on this SAP BTP platform? Yeah, on this SAP BTP platform. So what I see here, let me just show a picture of you. Yeah, here. So like in 2014, SAP came with this their S4HANA system. Yeah. But like around in 2017, they added on this ABAP layer, they added a new programming model which they named it RESTful application programming model. And what was the reason for it? The reason was very simple. They wanted to increase the reusability, because if we check the way of programming that we are doing in our ABAP system, what we usually do, if we talk about a normal report, we start with the creation of selection screen, we pass certain input there, we go for a start of selection, writing of logic, then performing some CRUD operation, and finally returning the output to the user and committing and saving it, right? So this is the way of a normal ABAP programming which we have been doing from last 30 years. So they were completely bored of it, because if we have to start do a fresh implementation, the same thing was going to be implemented. So that was not what they were planning. So what they actually did, they came with a new programming model. Yeah, a new programming model, they integrated it on the ABAP layer. So they have added this RESTful application programming in the ABAP layer in the architecture of their S4 HANA, and this model they have planned it for like next 10 to 15 or 20 years, whatever it is. And now this is where we will have to understand and build our application using this new programming model, right? So this RESTful application programming model, it is not just applicable for us when we are on cloud, but also it is indeed applicable for us when we are working on S4HANA system. Yes, in your local S4HANA on-premise system also, you can use this RESTful application programming model. For the on-premise system, this became available after 2019. Yeah, in yes 2019 it was available in September, and for the cloud version it was available like around in August of 2019, right? So if we are talking about this SAP BTP platform, right? So if we are talking about this SAP BTP platform here, yeah, so they are offering a trial version. What they are doing basically here is they are offering a trial version of this ABAP layer directly on your SAP BTP platform. How many of you are directly using the BTP? I believe everyone. Or are you completely new to this? Ganesh, Sanket,
New, completely new.
everyone is completely new with BTP? Just let me know, accordingly I will go for
Yes.
that.
Yes.
Okay, all right, no problem. Let me open that, how we are going to do for that part. So when you go for this SAP BTP platform, so let me write few points then. SAP did collaboration with these big MNCs, and what they did was they flavored, they added their own flavors here. What kind of own flavors? Like the runtime environment, we know ABAP runtime environment we need, so they added the runtime environments like ABAP, Node.js, that is there for the Fiori consultants. Yeah, Node.js is there, etc. Lots of runtime environment you can see there directly on this SAP BTP platform. Also, they added database like even their own HANADB. You are going to see PostgreSQL is also there. Yeah, PostgreSQL is also there on this particular platform here. So they added this database on this platform. Now what SAP is saying to their customer, what SAP is saying? SAP is saying that instead of using the on-premise system, better purchase the license of the SAP BTP per user ID. Or what you can do, or if you are doing, if you are learning it, let's say if you are learning for the very first time, then you can simply use the trial account for around, or the normal time that they are giving is 90 days basically, but again you can continue to use it, but after 90 days it will be refreshed. Continue to use it for lifetime also. Yeah, so this is something that they are offering us, where we can directly go to our SAP BTP platform, and they have also added our ABAP environment. So as a ABAP developer, what we see there, they have added the ABAP environment directly on BTP. So it doesn't matter whether on your local system you do have the access of SAP application layer or not, you don't need it. I'm going to see that part, I'm going to show that part. You don't need it, you can directly subscribe to the SAP BTP platform. Yeah, so let me just showcase you how we are going to do that part. I will open my browser and I will open my system. Yeah, let's go there. So I will go to the trial account. This is a section where you are going to see, or you can directly go for SAP BTP platform, login. You are going to see the access of SAP BTP cockpit. So we will see the subscription part in the upcoming time. Meanwhile, let me just show you the thing. I will log in here. Yeah, I am going to do the login. I will pass the credential here. Yeah. So you will pass your, you will create the trial account. Again, this trial account is like a global account. Yeah, this trial account is like a global account where you will be able to access each and every stuff of your SAP BTP platform. So go inside the trial account. Go inside this trial account. Now see this section, guys. This is your global account. This is your global account. Yeah. And here you see there is the sub account X system, sub account. So let me just explain that part. So here what you see in case of the BTP is, in case of BTP, you will see there is a global account which is like the main authority or main user under which we can have any number of sub accounts. Yeah, we can have any number of sub accounts. For example, let's say I am the authority owner and I want to allow creation of, let's say I have two team, developer 1 or development team is there, and one is, let's say, testing team is there. So to separate them, what I can do, I can create multiple sub account here, and eventually I will be able to give them the access for it. So you can directly go here, create button, you can create a sub account. Sub account will be like a child of this global account, which will be directly managed by this global trial account. So here you can pass any name, let's say first sub account on this BTP platform. You can see there is an option of region. Now check this part. Only two options are available. So this SAP BTP platform, at this moment, the servers are only available in US East region and Singapore region. Okay, but most of the features are available via this region only. So I will suggest everyone, whenever you go and create it, it will be better to create the US account, because whatever features that they are offering on this SAP BTP, most of the things are there in the US region only. Like I will say, if 100% is there in US region, around 90% is there in Singapore. So better to create a trial account for this one only. Let's create this. It will be created here. Yeah. Now once this is created, you can directly go to your trial account. So this is a trial account that I have created for myself. See this here. So on this, now if you go and check here in the service marketplace, you are going to see that they are providing here ABAP environment for us. As a ABAP developer, what we need the runtime environment where we can execute the code. Earlier, our ABAP application layer was the one which was providing the runtime environment. So on this BTP platform, they have integrated this ABAP runtime environment, which we can directly add it here. Yeah, which we can directly add it here. So what you see here is, you go there and you can simply create it. You can simply go for creation part. Yeah, and you can see this is also a shared environment that they are providing. So lots of packages you are going to see when you will create this. Cloud Foundry will be needed. Again, everything we are going to discuss in the upcoming session. This is just a demo, so I am showcasing something here. I will pass the instance name. So let's say ABAP environment. One. Next, here I will be passing my email through which I have done the login. So email, and I can go for next and I can create it. Yeah. Okay. Now once you subscribe it, you can go to instances and subscription section here. I have been using this BTP for lots of other things, but let's focus on our ABAP runtime environment. At this moment, I have already created one. That is why the second one I tried to create, it got failed. So let me just remove this one. Yeah, I have already created one runtime environment. You can see this ABAP environment. This is our ABAP environment. So the question is how we are going to use it. Now this is the interesting thing here. How we are going to use this ABAP environment to write our codes or to develop our applications. What is the process for it? So to do this part, we will need Eclipse tool here. Eclipse tool. On the Eclipse, we will need the ADT configured, web development tools configured, and once you configure the ADT, after that you can create a web cloud project here. You can create here a ABAP cloud project. Again, there is no access of SAP GUI on the ABAP cloud system. So here we can create ABAP cloud and we can add it to the ABAP environment of SAP BTP. So again another question is coming into picture. This is my ABAP environment which is there on my BTP trial account. So how am I going to connect with my Eclipse system? How am I going to connect with my Eclipse system? So if you focus, there is a option of service key here, and you can create the service key directly. If you don't have, you can, let me just show you. I will delete this and I will create another one. I will go for the service key and I will go for create, and let's say I'm giving this name as ABAP service key. Okay, let's create this. Yeah, taking some time. Let's wait for it. Yeah, it is created. So once it is created, you can simply download it. It will be downloaded into your system into a text file. You can see this, and you can directly go to the Eclipse system here. Here you can directly go to the Eclipse system. So see this part. So now I can create, once edit is configured here, we can go for file and you can go for new here and a ABAP cloud project. It is asking for that service instance URL. So I will extract that URL, go for extraction. I will import my service key. Yeah, this one. I will copy this URL that it is getting generated here. So copy, go for close and paste it here. Then go for next. And once you see this one, you see here, I will go for open logon file and I will log into my SAP BTP account directly from here. Every time it is going to ask you the credential, so just pass it here. Yeah, just pass it here. Pass your password. Okay, let's wait for it. Yeah, we have been logged in. Now you can go back to your Eclipse tool and you see once the login is done, it is asking to create a project name. So let's say ABAP wrap cloud training. I will go for finish. Yeah, we are here. So now if you open this folder, every time again you are going to open this folder, it is going to log in into your SAP BTP account. You don't need any ABAP system in your local laptop or anywhere. You can directly play with your BTP trial account here. And by default in the favorite package, there is a G local here. You see, there is a G local which will automatically be available. And inside it, you are going to see lots of packages which are there. Again, this is a shared environment that they are offering. So here you are going to see lots of packages. You see it is loading here. Lots of packages are there. Lots of packages which everybody has created. You see. So we can also create our own package. I will go create one local package here. So I'll right click and I will go for new and ABAP package. And let's say ABAP Amrit training. Yeah, we can give a short description here. So ABAP in cloud, next, and next. I will create one new transport request for us. So ABAP on cloud transport request, or let's say transport only, finish. Yeah, this one. So now we can check this. is if you go there, you are going to see the same stuff here. Z ABAP C A. Let me search for it. Z ABAP underscore it is. Okay, so ABAP 23, ABAP 1, where it has created. Dinesh. Yeah, it's there, but I'm not able to find it out. Why? Z ABAP Amrit training. Okay, let's search for it.
You have to refresh it first. Then only it will show.
No, no, it will automatically, it gets loaded. Yeah, here it is there. See, I will add it to my favorite package. Yeah, once it is there, we can now go for directly this thing. So one interesting thing about this ABAP cloud environment is there is no access of SAP GUI. There is completely no access of SAP GUI. You can't do this. You cannot go for all the GUI based stuff. Everything is removed from here. Even if you try to go for normal write statement or normal ABAP program, if you try to create it from it, it's not possible. If you check it here, new, you cannot create a ABAP program from here, correct? It's not possible. We can create here classes only. So tell me one thing, how many of you know this? How we are going to test our program here? How we can test our ABAP program here? Or how we can test our ABAP programs here? Or something, how we can do this? Any idea? You told me like you are on public cloud. How you are working here? Just write. How we are going to write something, some sort of logic here. If we can't create direct ABAP programs here, if we can't have the GUI access, how we are going to do this? Any idea about this?
So maybe there are some classes. Basically, we have to write a class. I mean, we have to
Yes.
create our classes only.
Okay.
And there are some standard classes and methods which are used to show the output and all, as far as I know.
Okay. We have to create our classes. That's definitely correct. So here definitely we have to create the classes. But the thing is, how we will test it?
Yeah. So to let's say we are getting some records and we want to display that server functionality that we want.
Hmm.
So there are some standard classes wherein we have to just pass that list to that standard class method and it will show that list. I mean display it.
Okay, great.
I don't know the exact name.
Yes, yes. Don't worry.
I
I'm
mean,
coming to that part. That
yeah.
definitely a correct answer for it. See, the thing is, if you focus on ABAP programming, how the thing is working here. ABAP programming is completely, I'll say completely inspired from Java programming. Correct? Completely they are
Okay.
inspired from Java programming. And if we check the Java, there everything is a class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is a class in Java. And there is a entry point of Java, main method, correct?
Main.
Yeah. Just I'm going for the basic of it. Java main method is the entry point. Same thing they have also copied here. What they have done, they have created one interface. One interface here. That interface name is if object oriented ADT ABAP development tool interface. They have
Mm-hmm.
copied this interface here. They created one interface here. In this interface, you are going to see one main method. See one main method which will be there automatically, and you can use it to test your application. This is one thing here. So if we want to create anything here, see this, I can just go there, right click, new ABAP class, and let's say Z first ABAP cloud. Yeah, you can simply add this interface here. If I will search for object oriented ADT interface, or not interface, it's class run actually. Yeah, I forgot that name. It's not interface, sorry, it's class run here. Class run. Yeah. So you can select this interface and go for next. Select the transport request that you want, and if you want to create a new one, you can create this, and you will be able to create this application here. A normal class run with this interface. Let's check this interface. Select it and go for F3 here. Just go for F3 here. It will take you to this interface. See this part. There is a main method. Yeah, there is a main method automatically. So this main method has been automatically implemented here. But again, you cannot directly go for here write a statement like a normal ABAP programming to write something. No, it's not possible. Instead, what they are doing, they have one out here, and this out has write a statement. Now with this one you can test it. You see, if you go there, I am pressing a shift plus enter, it has some properties. This write method has some properties, and whatever you will write here, it will be printed now, like hello my first cloud class. Whatever I write here, it is going to be executed in the same manner. It's a new ABAP syntax here, correct, of writing the text here using the pipe operator, correct. So let's activate this, and I will go for run as ABAP application here. See console, it will be displayed there in the console part, correct, right. So this is something now it is going to be used if you are there in BTP platform using it as a ABAP developer. Guys, BTP is not only about ABAP. If we focus on how this BTP that SAP is offering and how it is used in the market, I will say like 80% of people are using there for CAPM, and only 20%, or I will say 15 to 20% is going to be used for ABAP only, because lots of things they are providing here. If you go to this entitlement section, you are going to see lots of features. Let me just show slowly. I will explain try everything here, but again it's not part of course, but still I will explain everything here. You are going to see this. See how many things they have planned here. ABAP environment, API portal is there, application logging service, authorization management something is there, identity services. See this part, cloud transport management, yeah, mobile services for mobile development like creation of Android or iOS based application, PostgreSQL here. See, build apps, completely no code platform here, which they are promoting now, drag and drop functionality, yeah, build code is there. So they are offering us lots of things. This Bash, it is a completely copy of Visual Studio Code, which they have integrated on their BTP platform, as it was an open source tool. HANA Cloud they are also offering here. So this BTP is a completely deep ocean, and if you are talking about ABAP, it's like only 1% out of it, which we are going to focus here, correct. Yeah. So let me come to the syllabus, what we are going to cover here and what I have planned accordingly. So I will see, you can accordingly decide. You're saying something?
Before you start, Amrit, just one question here. So as you say that RAP is just a very small part of this BTP, right?
No, no, no. RAP
So
is something which is there in ABAP. BTP is a
right.
completely big ocean out of it.
Okay. Okay.
And it's like, I will
Okay.
say like this ABAP environment here. See, RAP is something which is a framework, correct, for ABAP. right?
Mm-hmm.
This ABAP is going to be executed inside the ABAP environment, correct?
Correct.
This ABAP environment that you see here, this is like a small subset out of this BTP platform which SAP is offering.
Mm-hmm.
Now
Mm-hmm.
getting this?
Correct. Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
So
Correct.
let me just take you to the syllabus that I have planned accordingly for this one. Yeah. So we are going to start with the very introduction, the setup of the Eclipse ADT tools. Yeah. Then we will be seeing some introduction part, how things are going to work here. We will be seeing some basic part of the CDS also for the overview part. Now we will come to the entities, VDM model, annotation, AMDP, as for some features on ABAP on cloud environment. Then we will start moving to the challenges. How does this development is not going to help us in the future, and how this evolution is coming where? Here we will start with the RESTful application programming model. Yeah. We will be discussing the components here. Then we will come to the how the big aspect here, how RAP is going to work, what are the business objects, what are the types of implementation, what are the runtime implementation here, some models that the SAP is offering which we are going directly available. If you check this, like normal Mara and MAKT kind of tables are not available. Just search it, Control Shift A, and the tables that you see in your normal use cases, that is not available here. Yeah, see, no Mara table, no VBAK table, nothing is available here, but some sort of entities and some tables they are offering here for the learning purpose. We are going to explore them in detail. Then we will see the managed RAP implementation, how it is going to help us to create a application a Fiori element based application, how we can create it. We will see the deployment on the workzone part also, which is like a Fiori launchpad on SAP BTP platform. So using ABAP programming, how we can directly create it without even a single knowledge of Fiori. There is no need of that part. Directly using ABAP programming, you can create it, but that will require some sort of knowledge of a RAP framework also. We will see the association composition. We see Fiori element application we are going to develop. We will be discussing the behavior definition. Then there is something called entity manipulation language, which is used for like local testing or testing of your Fiori, not Fiori, your RAP application that you have created there. So that part we are going to discuss. Then managed part, after once it will be done, we are going to do the deployment. And the second scenario that will come will be unmanaged RAP implementation. So this unmanaged RAP implementation is completely different than your managed one, because here every sort of logic you are going to write by yourself. In the managed scenario, the RAP framework is going to help you to develop the application without any much code written by you. But if you talk about the unmanaged, this will be completely written by you. Yeah. So then life cycle management. And then the last topic that we are going to see, we are going to discuss the clean core approach also here using the embedded steampunk. Yeah. So this is going to be your last topic that we are going to discuss here. Accordingly, the training that I have planned here, it is going to be like for around 30 to 40 hours that we are going to cover here. Yeah. Any questions here in this syllabus part that you see here? Anything? Or any concern here? Everyone? Guys, please make it an interactive session. If you
No,
are expecting
no,
some,
Amrit.
No.
yes, I'm getting this. But if you are expecting something to learn here, I'm just here to help you, correct? So even the if you feel like the question is meaningless, still try to ask it. Nobody is there to judge you here. Hope you are getting this, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So here table is not available, correct? There is no table available here. So how we are going to do the creation of our own table? If I have to, let's say I want to create one table, how am I going to do this? So we can directly use the CDS here. Let's see this new other ABAP repository. I can go for data, or I can directly go for database table here. See this? I can create here a table Z, let's say ABAP cloud table, something I'm creating for myself. table, yeah, ABAP cloud table, correct. I will go for next, yeah, select the transport request and finish it. Now again I am saying you the GUI access is not allowed here. Everything you will have to write by yourself. Yeah. How many of you have used this approach to create a table? Have you gone through this?
No, no, not yet.
Not yet? Okay.
Not me.
No.
So can you see this? This is a annotation, correct? This is a annotation. And let me just show you. Let's relate it with a normal table that we see. If I open SAP logon, let's open this and let's relate it. And let's try to duplicate a table. Guys, again, this thing you can create on your normal on-premise system also, but this is something which is running on your BTP in your trial account. So neither you don't need any ABAP environment, you don't need any database here, everything is there on the BTP itself, correct? There is no need, even your server is not working, no problem. You can directly do everything on Eclipse. Let me just show that part. So here I am logging into my normal SAP GUI. Let me just show that. I will go to SE11. There is, suppose one employee table is there. Okay, suppose one employee table is there. Now let's relate it. Let's relate this with our table that we are trying to create using CDS. My system is hand. Okay, yeah. What is this? This is a label. This is a annotation that they are saying. I can say, if I relate it with normal system, I can say that this is your short description, correct? Then this enhancement category, if you all have worked on it, you see there is an option of enhancement category here, which we use to enhance our tables on our SAP GUI. Here we have given not extensible. Lots of options are available. You can check control plus space. You see, either you want to be extensible, character numeric, or any other thing. I will make it non-extensible. Then your table category, what kind of table we can create here. Let's check this also. This annotation, only transparent table, correct? Earlier in the ECC you would have gone through pool and cluster table, but this is not allowed here. Then delivery class, you had an option of delivery class. How many options are there? You can check it. All these 3, 4, 7 options are there. Everything is available here also. Check it, control plus space. They are allowing here. Either you want to be application table for master and transaction data, you want it to be customizing, or whatever you want, you can select this accordingly. Then data maintenance, I will allow it. I want to maintain the data in this table, so I will go for allow, correct? This is my first field, client, correct? This is my first field, client here. Now you might be thinking, how am I supposed to use here domain or data element? Definitely I can use it. Let me just show you. I will go for right click, new. I will create a domain here. See this part, domain, creation of domain. Next, Z domain, or let's say I will create this domain for, what is my first field here, employee ID, and it is of character 3 length. Great. Let's create this employee ID. What should I write here? 01. Okay. Employee ID. I will go for next. I will go for this transport request, and I will go for finish here. Okay. So now here you are supposed to pass the data type. So what is the data type we need? Character is there. Once you will write the data type, automatically this icon will appear where you can pass the length and press enter. If you see this part, this is the fixed value section. Same as thing that you had. You can go and check it. If I go to the domain section, we can pass here value range. See this part, value range you can add. If you want to add the value range accordingly, it will be passed here. Activate it. Activate this table, correct? This table is activated. I will copy this, no, not table, sorry, this domain is activated. I will copy this domain. Now let's create a data element for it. So new other ABAP repository, I will search for data element. You see here, data element is there, and here I will be creating a data element, and for employee ID, I will pass a short description, data element. I will go for next. Select here transport request. Yeah. See here, now in this category, how we create a data element? Check it. What are the options there? Here we have elementary, built-in, referenced, or reference to built-in type. Same options are available here also. So I will select the domain. I will paste the domain here. Yeah. Automatically it is fetching the data type and length. And here I can pass the field labels that will be visible to our end users or customer. Correct? That will be visible to our end user or customer. I am passing it here. Now I will do the activation. I will activate it. It is activating. Object activated. So let's copy the name, and I will get back to my table section. I will pass my primary key here. So let's say I'm named employee ID, and here I will paste my data element, not null. See this part. This is our second column here. Correct? This is our second column here that we have passed. Now if you want to check this data element, just press F3 on any item. If you want to check it, just press F3. It will navigate you to that particular item. Yeah. So similarly, we can have all these columns of the table. You can create the domains in data element. Let's say employee name. So I will add here, this is non-primary key, employee name, and we can directly pass the value here, ABAP dot let's say character. What is the length here? Character 40 is there, so 40. Yeah. Department is there, so department ABAP dot character 30 length. Correct? Another column I have is manager. Okay, let's say manager ABAP dot character, and we will have here 30 length. Right? Salary column. Salary is of CURR type. So we will have ABAP dot CURR. Again, if you want, you can create the domain, or here I am directly passing the built-in type. So I am giving here length, let's say 11,2. Dropped. Okay, I believe my screen is visible, right? So we were talking about this salary column, and it is of type currency here. Then we have something here. What was our next type? Let's go there. Quantity field is there. Okay, so currency, I will pass in here abap.cuky. Now tell me one thing, whenever we are talking about currency fields, what do we pass there? We always, whenever we are talking about a SAP system, we go to currency and quantity section. We pass the table and reference, yes or no? Do we pass it?
Yes. Yes.
By default, if you
Yes.
check here, if you can see this, let me just zoom it a little bit for you. If you say this, automatically this Eclipse system is saying annotation with reference to currency code is missing. So here everything you are going to pass it as a annotation. This is the beauty of it. CDS is not about a view, guys. CDS is a very different thing. You are going to realize in this ABAP on cloud training. CDS is a language in itself, and every table in your system they have changed it into a into the CDS itself. Let me just show you that part also. I will open my normal Eclipse tool which is running on my SAP system. Let me show you that. Yeah. Yeah. So don't save. Close all. So if I open normal table, any kind of table, any table that you see, let's say I'm going for Control Shift A and I'm searching for here Mara table. Yeah, normal Mara table, I'm opening it via my normal S4HANA on-premise system. See it, how it is getting opened here in this Eclipse tool. Even if you try to go from here, if you try to open your SAP GUI, let's say I'm going for S11 Mara table, I'm opening it in display mode. See how it is getting opened. Everything, once they came with this S4HANA system, they converted it into CDS language. What they did was they converted it into CDS language, right? Can you see this? Correct? Include structure.
Yeah.
Correct, right? So here we are required to pass one annotation for our salary field. Let's add it. Semantics dot amount dot currency code, and here you can pass the currency here. So this is my currency field. Let's add it here. We are required to pass the table name also. So let's copy this table name and let's paste it. Let's paste it. Yeah, it's okay. I will activate this table. Okay, see this part. Table is ready. It is checking. No error. Object activated. So now if I try to check the content of this table, which I have created right now, ABAP application, no data is there, correct? No data is there. So one question I'm going to ask with all of you. What do you think? How will I add data in this table now?
You have to again write some functionality. Class.
Again I'm saying GUI access is not available here. So how we will add this data?
No,
Yes,
I mean, we will again write a class. We'll create one class wherein
correct.
we will create one method to upload data in this particular table.
Definitely it is the correct. One more option is there which is available, open source code. We will come to that part up in upcoming period of time. But right now we will have to create one class for us, and which we are going to use to add our data in the table. So same stuff we are going to do. What I will do, let's just write it, create a class and use the main method, or you can, what you can do, you can have one other method and that method is getting called from the main method, because without main method is not possible for us to access it from here, correct? So I can just go to my Eclipse system and let's create one class, the new ABAP class, and what I can add here, ABAP class add data, adding data to the table. Yeah, I will add my interface, ADT class run. Next, I will be having the transport request here. I will be having the transport request here. So this is my main method. Okay. Now there is a particular thing. Where is the table? Let's call the table. This is the table we have created. Let's copy the name. I will create an internal table. I am going to simply create an internal table here. It's a data LT table, type table of. This is how normally we used to do earlier. Same stuff I am applying, and I will be using some new syntax here to add it. So let's say LT table is equal to my value operator. I can add here value operator, and I can have all the columns that I want. So employee ID, let's say 101, then I can have other columns here, employee name, let's say employee 1, department I can give here, SAP ABAP, SAP ABAP, manager. Suppose I am giving some manager name as XYZ. Salary is there, $5,000. Currency, I'm passing here US dollar. So one row we have. Similarly, we can have other rows. Employee ID. So I will do the copy of it, and I will replicate the other rows here. Or if you want, we can have loop here also. Yeah, that one is also allowed. Comma. Comma is not needed. Let's remove this. This is going to be 102. This is employee 2. Let's change its salary to 4,000 USD to euro. And this one I will be making it 103, employee 3, and here I will be passing 7,000. Suppose this as, let's say, INR. Normal internal table using new ABAP syntax, 7.57 syntax I am using it here. Yeah, and then I can go for normal insert operation to add the data in the table. So insert my table name, not this way, table, copy, come back, table name, from our table @ LT table. Escaping operator we will be using here, LT table, to refer to our host variable, correct? Now once it is done, you can simply display the data. Yes, tell me how we are going to display the data here. How to display the data? Think about it. How we are going to display the data now?
But select square.
Yes, directly we will have to bring it into an internal table, then you can get the data by using this class. So select query will be used, select star from our table, and I will be storing it here at the runtime data declaration. Let's say LT employee, correct? And once it is done, we can simply display it. So out again is again coming into picture, write statement, and I will call its method. Wait a sec. It's not loaded. Yeah, now it is loaded. I will simply pass my LT employee here, which I am going to get it as a output. Yeah, let's check it whether it is working or not. So I will do the activation of it. Yeah, it is activating. Object is ready. 3 rows I have added here. So let's go for run as ABAP application. See this? Everyone, see this part. It has added the data in our table, correct? So if I go there on the table and if I check it, run as ABAP application, now I am going to see the content there, right? Now I am going to see the content there. This is the CDS way of creating the table, and this is the future way of creating the table. This is the only way you are going to create the table in the upcoming period of time, right? Everyone, did you got something from here? Did you learn something?
Yes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Now one question again I have. I believe this one you can answer it and you would have the idea. How have you created CDS views? Have you created the CDS views?
Yes.
Okay, so tell me one thing. Why CDS entities, not CDS views? Anyone?
In case of anyone else wants to, yeah. So yeah, in case of CDS views, an SQL view also gets created,
Yes, that
but
is the
that's
case.
not the case in case of CDS entities.
So
Yeah.
what is the problem with the SQL view?
Okay. Um, Anyway, in the cloud, we are not able to go and see the GUI part, and that is not required. So maybe you can give a better answer to that. But yeah,
Yes, I will try to answer you. I will try to satisfy you. Don't worry on that. But see, I want to know now, like, this is something which I feel whenever I teach, that it is better I should learn something from a student also, and they will just learn something from
correct,
me,
correct,
right?
correct, correct. No, I'm just telling that's what I could think of for now. Why they don't want, I mean, there is no need to have one CDS, I mean, one SQL data
Yes, that
dictionary
is
object in
one.
there.
Yes, that is one answer, but that is not the complete one. Okay, before that, another question. Let's go another question here. Let's say, tell me this. We know now there is a activate button. What happens when we activate something?
Mm.
Tell me this. When we click on activate button, now all of you are telling
Memory
about,
gets allocated, or
I
that
am
kind of.
talking about HANA aspect. Let's relate it with HANA. What happens there? How many
Okay.
of you have tried to go through this? What happens? We all know na, if the object is not activated, we cannot use it, correct?
Correct, correct.
Now,
Yes.
what is happening when we are clicking on activate button? This is something from ABAP on HANA. It's not, nothing to do with ABAP on cloud.
Right.
Think about this. Okay, let me just explain it. Whenever we click on activate button, what happens here is a runtime object is generated in the HANA DB. This runtime object is stored in the schema, or better I should write ABAP relevant schema inside the HANA DB. Okay, how many of you have ever, I'm saying this word, ever seen the HANA DB or HANA box? How many of you have ever seen the HANA box? Guys, this is how your HANA looks like in the backend. If you check it, 4 system, you see here 4 folders are there, and in the catalog section all the schema are available, correct? If you check your normal GUI that you have, if you go there, if you go to system and status option, you are going to see there is a option of schema here. Can you see this? Right, there is a option of schema here. What is the name of this schema? Can you see this? SAP HANA DB, correct? And if you go and check the system, there you see the schema. This schema is something which is defined by your basis team. So this ABAP relevant schema I should say is defined at the time of installation of this SAP server by the basis team, and this schema is the only your ABAP system, better I should write it like this way, your ABAP system only and only interact with this schema. Rest every schema is there for native HANA development. So if you check this schema, you see here there is a table option. If I check the Mara table or any of the standard table that we have, let's say Mara I'm opening, or any custom table, whatever it is do you have. Okay, lots of things are related to Mara. This is the Mara one. This is the runtime component. that is there. This is the runtime component, and if I check it, open data preview, you see this is the data that is there inside the HANA. Okay, have you seen this issue now? Whenever we edit any our tables anytime and we try to activate it, at that time it gives us a error by saying that system is inconsistent. Then you go to database utility SM12 and you edit it, right? This happens now.
SE14, no? Like
Sorry, yes,
activate and adjust. That's
yes,
what you are talking,
SE14.
correct?
Sorry,
Yeah,
not
yeah, yeah, yeah.
SE12. SE14 we go
Yes,
there
yes.
and we activate it.
Yes.
So same, the reason is now when you are earlier you clicked on activate button, that runtime object was generated and it was there. Now you edit it and you are reactivating it. So system is trying to compare this one with that one, and both of them are a little bit different. So you are going to utility section, which itself is the interface there. That interface is forcefully editing this one now. So if there is nothing inside your SAP HANA DB schema that you see here, then how you can use it? That is why activation is very, very important. Now again, why I explained this? So the reason is, when we used to create a normal CDS view, what actually happened at that time is a SQL view was getting generated. This SQL view was generating one DDIC view, DDIC view in SE11, and one HANA view in HANA DB. A HANA view is also generated. Yes, if you check this section, there is a option of view here inside the ABAP relevant schema itself. You see something I showed to my student in my ABAP on HANA training. So there is this schema that there is the view which is generated by that normal CDS view itself, that SQL view that you pass the name, a DDIC view, also a HANA view is getting generated here. This was one problem, but the problem here is, if you see, we have different CDS view name and the corresponding views that it is getting generated, views it is generating also have the different name, correct? Also have the different name. Can I say it is not? So this was one problem. This was one problem here, because different names were there, right? Now one answer that you have given was also correct, that DDIC view is completely useless for us, correct? In ABAP on cloud system also it was not needed for us, but the thing is, two different names were there, unnecessarily two different names were getting there in the system. One problem. See, when they created the CDS view now, they were coming with S4 HANA system. At that time they were in hurry, and they just wanted to so you were saying something?
No.
Okay.
Sorry, I'll go on mute. Sorry.
No problem. So they were in hurry, so they came up early with this concept, but over the period of time they realized it. Lots of problems were there, not this one only. The CDS engine which runs in the background, its performance was also not up to the mark. Yeah, its performance was also not up to the mark. Eventually, sometime this CDS engine was not able to, understand the errors that were happening. I am just giving you the reason here, that the reason of the why this CDS views got obsolete with 7.57 coming into picture. So lots of problem, performance was also not up to the mark. This three different names were there. So what they did with S4 HANA, 2020 coming into picture, what they did, they removed the CDS view and came with a brand new concept, called CDS entities. So with CDS entities, now no DDIC view getting generated. I will show that part, guys. Today I think there is lack of time, so I'm sorry for that. So DDIC view getting generated, and the corresponding HANA view that is going to generate, will have the same name as CDS entity. Getting this, everyone? Very interesting
Yes.
interview question, guys. Correct?
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yes.
So something, when you start relating it, it becomes easier to explain, right?
Yes.
Again,
Yes.
I wanted to show a creation of entities today, but I think for the demo purpose, 1.5 hour session is okay, right? So this is from my side. You can check the course content. It will be there in the recording, and accordingly you can discuss it. Okay. Any question? If you want, you can have. Otherwise, we will end the session. Guys, anyone?
No, sir.
It's okay.
No.
Okay then.
Nothing for now.
Thank you.